Hey, this is my hometown paper, the sports page in it. Now, if you're a Vikings fan and you live in Minnesota, you got some really good highs sometimes, and there's some pretty serious lows sometimes. You know, my passion is fishing. Everything I do and think about each day revolves around two things: fishing, the fishing industry, and the Bible, the Word of God. These two things are my passion in life. Now, I know a lot of people in a lot of other sports, people that are hunters, that their passion is hunting, and again, their faith, and they share both of them together. You know, over the years, I had an opportunity to fish with a number of players, coaches in the NFL. People like Tony Dungy. He and I had spent a number of times in a boat chasing a lot of different kinds of fish. He really loves to fish, and he's good at it, and his faith is an important part of his life. Another longtime friend of mine, many of you will remember his name, Vikings player for many years, his name was Wally Hilgenberg. Wally Hilgenberg went home with the Lord some years ago. Now, over the years, I had an opportunity to be at a number of weekend retreats with Wally Hilgenberg where he was the guest speaker. You know, you have a bunch of guys go for the weekend. We'd fish throughout the day, and we'd fish throughout the day. And you had different speakers that would talk about their faith in their sport. So I was at one event with Wally, and I can remember it as I'm sitting here quite clearly. Beautiful night, big fire burning, bunch of guys sitting around on tree stumps, and Wally is talking about the NFL, his life in the NFL, and his faith. And he said at this point in his life, he says he'd become much more sensitive to the things of God after experience of the adventures of life. And he said something that really caught my attention. He says, every morning I spend time in prayer with my wife when I'm home. He said, it's amazing. We started to pray together before I'd go to work. And he says, and it really had an impact on my life. It had an impact on my life. I went home, thought about that, and every time that I'm home now, my wife and I pray together in the morning whenever possible. And you'd be amazed at the things that she says that she is dealing with. Sometimes I didn't even know this was important to her. And the same thing vice versa. And it became a way of life for us, praying together. Now, I know a lot of you aren't married. A lot of you might never be married. But I just had to share that with you, and it had a huge impact on our life. It opened up things that I never knew she even thought about, and the same thing happens vice versa. Just thought I would share that with you. Hey, from all of us here at The Edge, you have a good, safe fishing season. We'll see you on the water. Hey, I want to take a moment to thank you for watching. And if you really like what you see, we got a whole lot more. So check us out at any one of these online outlets.